Well, what is honor? The word honor can also be translated price or worth. We honor one another by paying a price in response to seeing their worth. Sometimes that price could be money, and so an honorarium. But most of us, when we came in these doors, there were people who opened the door for us. And do you know why they did so? It's not because you had a perfectly honorable week. Everyone who walked through those doors, any of our doors, there was something about us this week that was not honorable. Something we said, thought, did, whatever it was. And yet what we see in everyone is that we're all image bearers of God. There's something that's true about all of us. We all have this intrinsic worth, and when we see that intrinsic worth, there's a price to be paid. And that's honor. When David recognized the intrinsic worth of all humanity, he wrote in Psalm 8, "You have crowned him," that's humanity, "with glory and honor." Literally, put a crown of honor over everyone's head. Now, I don't see any crowns here. But the Bible says we should see a crown on every head. Why? Not because of our accomplishment, but because of our personhood. We were all created in the image of God. And so we open doors for one another, and you think, okay, but let's go back up the ladder. What about our leaders? What about when they're so dishonorable? You see, we live in a culture of contempt, and in a culture of contempt, we take a piece of what we think is true about someone and we make it the whole. And so when the piece that we look at is dishonorable, we feel justified to dishonor the whole. So we see a bumper sticker in front of us, and there's a candidate's name. And we feel justified to completely annihilate that person's personhood, their judgment. The car may be borrowed. And then we look at our leader or our leaders. I know for me, out of step in 1,000 directions with our current president. Been out of step for a long time with lots of presidents. But when we see him stumbling downstairs, do you also still see the crown? Do you see the soul? The soul, because of his age, is going to stand before God sooner than later. And on the basis of what he loves and cherishes, I don't know if he's ready. So what do? We honor him by praying for him. Instead of laughing at him and mocking him. Because we see a soul.